Alright, quick update on StrongBlock. So in the past 2 days, we have seen a fairly decent amount of buying volume. If you have been watching my videos, you know I've been highlighting that the volume is exponentially increasing and volume predicts price. So whatever is going to be going on with the volume, whether it's red or green, especially in the long term, will predict what we are going to be doing in the long term. What I can see is the long-term outlook for Strong has not changed whatsoever. If we do look at the volume, we have had these days before where we do put in, you know, two, sometimes many green candles in a row, and we do have small uptrends before we make local highs and fall off the table. Now, a couple of videos ago, maybe 2 videos, 3 days ago, I highlighted the possibility of something like this being a bottoming signal. And you know, personally, I am still sticking with what I have been predicting in the past few weeks. I am still predicting that we are going to be coming down to $77 to $70. But I did highlight this could be a potential bottoming signal, where I could at least be bullish in the short term once we did break this neckline of 182. So this is obviously an extreme hypothetical. I'm not saying it's going to play out to the teeth. I'm not even saying this is going to play out. This was really just a scenario that I thought, you know, had a decent amount of probability to that, and it would be, obviously we have broken down from this this bear flag here that you can see, this very small bear flag. We did break below the neckline, and I said, you know, a potential bottoming signal could be we could come down a little bit, not fill the target, come back up to the neckline at 182, come back down, fill our target in this vicinity, come back up, back test the neckline, make a shoulder, and then, you know, I'm not saying we're going to break out or not break out, because, you know, this scenario hasn't even happened to, you know, we're not even a third of the way through this potentially playing out. So I really wouldn't put, you know, take this to the bank or, you know, say this is what I'm saying is going to happen, because I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying, for me personally, if a situation like this did happen and we bottomed around here at the $70 to $77, and we did finally manage to pop up above this neckline, I would be very bullish on Strong in the very short term. I can't emphasize that enough in the short term, because I am bearish on Strong in the long term. I'm basically bearish on every single node in existence in the long term. I mean, even the best nodes like Bitcoin nodes, from a technical perspective, you would just make more money buying a lump sum of Bitcoin and hodling. And you know, you can crunch the numbers on that yourself. If you bought Bitcoin, you know, 10 years ago and you hodled it, or you took out a loan from the bank to buy Bitcoin and you hodled it, you would have made more money than if you just took out a loan to buy mining equipment, make your own Bitcoin node, and, you know, generate Bitcoin on like a daily basis. So I have no doubts in my mind it is going to be the same for all of these nodes. Generally, what I can see, you know, I've been in crypto for a couple of years, almost 3 years now, and every single node that I've seen ever come out, it gets mass euphoria in like its first year of being alive, and then another node comes out that offers a higher APY, or it gets more hype behind it, and nobody gives a shit about the previous nodes that came out. If we do look at the macro structure for Strong, it is still unchanged. We've got these 2 fibs here, and we are miles, absolutely miles below both of these 786s. So macro term, the market structure has not changed at all until we do break 275. But like I said, if we do have this nice kind of bottoming scenario where we do play out with an inverse head and shoulders, I would be taking a short-term trade, and I can't emphasize that enough. Short-term trade. I would never hold this in the long term. That is just my own opinion. You know, you can hate me for it, you can love me for it, but I'm not a fan of nodes. Just from like a general perspective, almost all of the nodes that I've seen ever play out, they've all failed in the long term, and people just kind of forget about them and move on to something else. So this is not a long-term play for me, even if it does gobble up a bunch of liquidity on ETH and take up a majority of the gas fees. It doesn't mean shit to me. I do think this is bearish in the long term, but like I said, if we do have a nice bottoming signal like this, reach my price target at 70 to 77, play out like an inverse head and shoulders, I would be making a short-term trade of a 50% gain. Now, do bear in mind a little bit of caution. All of the markets generally are moving up today. Bitcoin has had a fairly decent pump today. A lot of altcoins are up today because I think Biden recently, in the past couple of hours, announced that there's going to be a 1.5 trillion fiscal stimulus, and to be fair with Strong, it has been moving up before that news came out, but like I said, it is still in the dumps. It has been dumping for months and months and months, and sometimes we do have these days where we put in 2 green candles, sometimes we have a rally for like a couple of weeks, but as a general rule of thumb, we are still stuck below this massive descending trend line, and absolutely nothing's changed in the macro term. So don't take away with this analysis as all I'm saying is the inverse head and shoulders, because this could not play out. This, we could dump tomorrow, we could pump through these levels tomorrow. This inverse head and shoulders is just kind of my best guess on what could be potentially happening. Like I said, I am still looking out for price targets of $77 to $70, and nothing's changed on that. So in the very, very short term, I do think it's potentially likely we could be coming up to 182. I did predict this in my past few videos, that we could be coming back up to the breakdown level, because previously, we do have these dumps, we do bottom temporarily, and then we have a big pump for 2 days or so, and then we fall off the table. You can see here, we've dumped, had an uptrend for 2 days or so. If I had to make a prediction, maybe we could go up for a 3rd day, hit the trend line, and then come down. That is what I'm predicting as my most likely scenario. That is not financial advice, it's just my own trading plan on Strong. And yeah, if you are holding Strong, best of luck. Once again, none of this is financial advice, it's just personally what I'm doing in the market. And yeah, cowboy out, peace.